Dímelo mi gente, Marcucho here again with another video, and today we are going to be doing crypto predictions using Kalshi, one of the biggest prediction markets in the whole world. I think them and Polymarket are the two biggest ones. I think this is a great tool. I think this is going to be a great video, especially if you're unsure about your prediction, about if your coin is going to go up or down. I think this is a great tool. Why? Because people have money in this, right? It's not like me just giving a random price prediction about a random coin that may or may not go up. I don't really have any stock in it, but these people do. These people have millions and millions of money, right? The total series for this one, how high Bitcoin will get this year, is about 12 million. It probably is going to keep going up, right? These markets are starting to become more prevalent, and they tend to be right more often than not, right? This is common people, you and me, obviously some institutions, whoever may be doing these types of predictions, right? So hopefully you enjoyed the video. As always, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're just going to be going over some of the bets. I'm going to be going over my favorite bets, obviously, and I'm going to give some of my predictions too. I'm not going to get through all of them. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 80, 84. They have 87 predictions that we're not going to be going over all of them, but we're going to be going over some of the ones I think you guys are going to like. If you want me to go over other predictions, let me know in the comment section down below. But let's start off with, I think, the easiest one and the ones that everyone is, kind of worried about. And they, there's a lot of speculation of where Bitcoin is going. I personally thought it was going to go to 200,000 this year. It looks like that is not going to happen. It looks like some of the predictions, let me see more market. So mine, what is at 5% estimates, right? It looks like probably is going to go to 125,000, probably is going to go to 130,000, and is between half and half if it goes to 140,000. So my prediction was obviously really off. Obviously, there's still a bit of chance. I don't think it's going to get there as of right now, but crypto is a really volatile market, right? Anything can really change at any point. So when will this happen, right? It doesn't really matter if I say it's going to happen. It could happen eventually, but the month is really important. So there's an 85% chance that Bitcoin will hit 125,000 in January 2026, which I think will happen really, I think it's going to happen if it's not October, November the latest. So there's a 62% chance it happens in November. That's my personal opinion. I think, and if you don't agree with me, you obviously go on Kalshi, sign up for Kalshi and bet no, and that I'm wrong, and it's just not going to happen. So the big question is, obviously, I think it's going to hit 125,000, but when will it hit 150,000? So the markets are saying that by May 2026, there's a 50% chance it reaches that 150,000, which I think if that happens, I'll be really sad. I think it'll be not that much growth potential, right? We're talking about percentage returns, which hopefully by next year it's at 200,000, 150,000, not really that bad. Not really that bad at all whatsoever. I just think there's a high probability that this number will change, hopefully by November or December. Now, what everyone talks about alt season and when is alt season coming? Obviously, alt season is not going to happen until Ethereum reaches all-time high. Let me see which one this is. So how high will Ethereum get to this year? So it looks like actually there's a fair better chance. I think there's a higher chance that Ethereum breaks the 60,000 than Bitcoin reaches 150,000. So that is pretty interesting, right? So it looks like it could hit 5,500. There's a 40% chance that happens, but I'm really interested in this one, that it reaches 6,000 or above. There's a 31% chance right now. I think there is an all-time high for this one. Let me just see. Ethereum. What's cool about this is that you can just research it right here. How high will Ethereum all-time high this year? So Ethereum all-time high this year, I don't know why it says 60. It says there's a 65%, 64% chance on that. There's not many others. So it looks like it's going to happen. It looks like it's going to happen this year. It looks like there's a 64% chance of it happening this year. So I'm really excited about that one. There's also a Bitcoin all-time high this year, so there's an 86% chance. So if you don't think that's going to happen, I recommend you go bet on that. You could bet $100, it turns into 674. Obviously, if you bet yes, which most people are thinking that's going to happen, you're just gonna get like $10 in return for every $100 you spend. So I don't think that bet is much worth it, but it is a much cheaper and safer bet. Obviously, I'm not going out there and saying you bet Kalshi. I don't know if it's available in every single state or if it's available, worldwide. So go and check if you can register at your state. And obviously, if you have problems doing betting and all that kind of stuff, I don't recommend it. I'm not sponsored by Kalshi whatsoever, right? This is just my own personal opinions. One thing that I did find interesting, and you guys know if you've been watching the channel, I'm not that big of an XRP, enjoyer. I not really a super fan of XRP, but it looks like I could be wrong, but it looks like it's gonna be above $5, at least above $4 this year, and that's really interesting. I didn't expect that. I thought, this is gonna be the time where XRP, kind of stops being everyone's child. But honestly, they've had a really good run. It looks like they're making a lot of money and a lot of revenue. So 36% chance to be above $5 is actually pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't bet on that. I wouldn't bet myself on that. But if you want to tell me on that bet, if you want to bet, go ahead. I think this one is really, really interesting. You guys know I do love Solana. I'm really a fan of Solana. Well, Solana hit a new all-time high this year, right? So as of right now, it looks like you could make more money betting yes than no. So there's a 51% chance it does reach an all-time high this year, which would be absolutely bonkers. If it goes to all-time high, there's a really good chance it keeps running all the way. I see Solana being at least $1,000, if not by next year, like at least in the next 5 years, right? Another interesting one is how many countries will have a crypto reserve this year, or how many will create a crypto reserve this year. It looks like, honestly, just above 6 is really not going to happen. It looks like majority of the people are voting that 0. And honestly, this won't happen, or countries won't start creating crypto reserves until the United States does it, right? Every country kind of follows the United States, or they kind of like set the rules and dictate where the markets are going to go. There's a 21% chance it will happen, and that 1% chance is probably the United States, or that one country is the United States. So really interesting. There's a higher chance of it being 0 to 1, so I'm not really too interested in that one, in my personal opinion. Dogecoin, the bets are for 2027, so that is kind of concerning. I am really big into memes, and Doge only hitting 1 by 2027. I don't know. I think it could. I wouldn't bet on that. I really wouldn't bet on that. So next, I think Avalanche is another big L1, and everyone in crypto is talking about it. One of the biggest Twitter influencers or Twitter content creators. Woohoo, she just got hired. Congrats to her. Torul, she's the head of growth or head of something at Avalanche. So congratulations to her. But how high will Avalanche go this year? It looks like it's going to break 45, right? It looks like it's going to break 50. So 50 has a 51% chance of it happening, and a 61% chance it hits 45. All the other ones, 55 and above, is a 32% chance, which I still find it quite high, right? The highest it has been what, like 55, 57, around there. So that is pretty good. This one I found really funny. Will Bitcoin be legalized in China? There's a 8% chance that happens. We all know in China, or if you've been into crypto since the age of dawn, crypto has, or Bitcoin, they ban Bitcoin every single year in China. So that is pretty funny. Another one, will USDC depeg this year? This says yes. So wow, it's an 8% chance. It happens. I really will depeg this year. If yes, I think it's no. I don't know. I don't really understand that one. So let me see what other good ones. Oh, Chainlink. A lot of people are talking about it. They were obviously invited to the White House to speak. There's, everyone is using everyone is using Chainlink. Everyone's using like this Oracle. So I think this is a really good one. Honestly, I don't see why Chainlink isn't even higher. Like I really don't understand. I have to like do a deep dive of the tokenomics. Everyone in crypto is using Chainlink. Like if you ever use crypto ever, you probably have used Chainlink technology to some extent. So the fact of the matter that Chainlink isn't above, like 45, 50 is mind boggling. But 85% chance it goes to 27.5. So Chainlink definitely looks like a smash buy. Above 30 is a 52% chance. So if you're going to be investing into Chainlink, I highly recommend you look at this. And, it looks like it's going to go up. And there's a 39% chance it goes above 40. So, yeah, there you have it. 40% chance it goes above 40. So it looks like it's going to be a good investment. Obviously, do your own research. Don't take this into account. But, I was a really big XRP, not a hater, but I'm not really that big of a fan of XRP. But it looks like XRP is not going anywhere anytime soon. If it goes below $1, there's a 4% chance that happens. I honestly think, unless there's like a really big depression or something happens, I don't really think crypto is gonna be going down anytime soon. So yeah, I would not bet on that one. XLM, not really that interested in that one. I do find interesting that Infinex is here. Infinex, obviously, I did a video about it. I really love what they're doing. I thought they were gonna launch a coin this year already. Surprised that they haven't. So I would put. I'm not a betting man, but I don't know what they're waiting for. Obviously, maybe for the markets to start pumping. If the market starts pumping, then definitely take a look at this one, and it could be really good to do it. I think they're gonna be launching a coin sometime soon. I haven't really seen a lot of coin launches, right, as compared to last year where there was a coin like almost every week, right, and there were like runners, huge runners. So Infinex is definitely, don't bet on it, but remember this one. And I think that's pretty much it. Let me see. Well, the Magnificent Seven. No, not this one. So, I almost forgot. Ethereum all-time high this year. So there's a 64% chance in that one. If Ethereum smashes all-time high and it breaks above it and it keeps running past 5,000, we're gonna be in for a good year. So hopefully this happens. It looks like it has to be above 4,953 with 73 cents. So take that into account. Obviously, it has to be like right at the decimal. It's not like sports, right? That I'm not gonna talk about sports betting, but it be a little bit worried sometimes. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and you take some of these recommendations into account. Oh, another good one that I almost forgot. Which cryptocurrencies will have positive returns this year? So if you're debating whether, I should buy Terra Lumens, I think that's XLM, or should I buy Chainlink, or should I buy Doge, right? Which one is going to give me positive returns? Obviously, when you're investing, you want positive returns. You don't want to be negative on your investments. So as of right now, it is really slim, right? It's only 62 compared to 61, so it's really slim. But it looks like more people are inclined that Terra Lumens will have a better chance of giving you positive returns this year. Really interesting. Like it gives you like the whole speculation. Doge was like neck and neck, right? Neck and neck, and now Doge has fallen off a cliff to only 7%. If I'm a betting man, I think memes have a higher volatility, right? So Doge, it wouldn't surprise me if it gives higher returns at some point than these other two coins. But we're talking about the end of the year, right? So at the end of the year, it looks like Terra Lumens. I personally would go Chainlink if we're betting. I would personally go Chainlink. I just like Chainlink a little bit better. They're in tune with the government, and everyone's kind of like talking about them, especially if RWA kicks off. I think Chainlink is going to do great, amazing things. But obviously, there's more to take into account. That's why I always say do your own research. You have to take into account the developers, how much activity is happening, all the on-chain activity, what they're doing, how they're pumping out, everything that they're doing. So use this as a resource to kind of help you with your research and help you pick out what coin you like better, what coin you like worse. Remember, a lot of people are putting their hard-earned money into this, right? So a lot of these have like $12 million, $13 million, $9 million. So it's not me just randomly stating what I think, right? Is people actually putting money in and thinking this is what's going to happen, right? That's why it's prediction markets, and most of the time these prediction markets are often more right than not. Obviously, there's some instances because we can't all be perfect, but these are algorithms that really help and define everything that's happening. Anyways, kind of a long video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, and I will see you on the next one. I'm crazy. Go Yankees, F Boston, let's go New York. Aaron Judge, please, you've been playing great this year. This playoffs, I have no concerns. Just please hit a home run today. I believe in you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye.